Welcome.
Okay. Today we are in Rio. We have two sides of Rio. One is very clouded. We love this kinds of atmosphere that's just like today, also like Rio's Carnival. But also, when we put fossil tours like cars into the city center, we feel depressed. We always complain. This must be a bad urban planning. I was the urban planners in China. In the last 15 years, I do about 50 cities, urban planning, help them to improve the city centers. And for example, my latest project in Guangzhou is the next generation we call financial center. We try to densify the activities in the city center as much as possible and get rid of the car, make them all push underground, and try to make more experience, more information output in the city center. Same theory, I do many outside China projects like Russia, St. Petersburg, like Vladivostok, Rashki Island, post-APEC project, just like also Zambia, like Angola, New Luanda, which we call Fossil Exchange City project. And in this project, that we try to do is keep density in the 1 square kilometer pedestrian area, and then try to get rid of the car as much as possible. But the very interesting thing is last year I teach in Darmstadt University German, and I have fantastic students from 19 countries, 22 students. I try to divide them into 4 groups: social, design and technology, and developers. I ask them to present as developers, money, and also government people. And I ask these 4 teams to debate and try to get as much as they can from their positions. And in the first round, very as normal that as nowadays, what working in nowadays, that always disagreement, people argue, you know. But I encourage the technology team to provide more choice, more possibilities. And it's done. Actually, win-win strategy finally get there. That is why I always describe technology could be the turning key of nowadays if we fully use information technology, new energy technology, material science, biotechnology to put into the urban revolution. Just like a computer, we all know that the Moore's law be proved from 30 years ago till now, actually shrinking the CPU size. You can get better CPU, faster, less energy consumptions. And these laws can be proved also in the city center. Just like if we describe agriculture center, which is based on renewable energy, and then Manhattan, for example, city center, just like IBM, room size IBM in 30 years ago, and consumption a lot of energy and very slow. But nowadays, the new technology can change the city center into more experience, more information output, but less energy consumptions. And these kinds of theory, I found out not only in the big scale, but also small scales. Many cross scale, you can all find these kinds of regulations, Moore's law everywhere. For example, light, right? LED, much less energy consumption, lighter, more efficiency, smaller. And the car, okay, nowadays, the fossil animals, machines changing to like energy devices, like you can see more smart car coming out. And how about building? So if we can achieve building, then means that we can achieve new generation city in the very beginning, right? So in agriculture time, people use nature material, create no electricity, no power inside buildings, always passive solutions. But in industry time, the totally change into a monster-like, machine-like building. We already seen this is normal, right? For example, the indoor energy, electricity should be the AC system. We think this is normal, but this hurt the human body. How about we change the electronic system back into DC system, then link to the PV directly, and then only in the first stage, only a kitchen and a toilet have the AC system, okay? But in the future, whole building going to be a DC building, just like devices, so that the inside surface, just like this one, inside surface could be information surface, outside skin could be energy surface, interact with the nature. This interact with the human body, okay? Imagine this shell, me and my wife, you know, inside, create new baby, okay? New DNA coming out, right? So this is very like how animal work, right? So people body together with the environment can create something new. That is always I try to describe city is a new type of animal. In our 2010 Expo, we try to using city being these words to describe future city. This all based on material revolution, actually. From concrete, steel, like glass, we think this is normal. But when you're looking into the last decades, how material revolution happened, we have so many things to play on nowadays, like a carbon fiber, like a PU, like also a film PV. And you can, using software, users easily have one line, they can customize their form of shell. And this shell form directly calculates the structure, okay? The skin becomes the structure, okay? And then you can put concrete or PU inside. This can become more solid, not only air, okay? So this is our demo in our Tongji University on our rooftop. And you can see like this can be very charming water bath in your living room also, okay? And then put it on the Rio's beach, and it's put cold water in the summer, and then so you feel like very comfortable, okay? And you can put it onto your rooftop. And even thinking on like one layer balloon, you print, okay, some material on it, you create new building immediately, much easier than before, okay? And how about bigger? We put the ground floor just as motherboard and plug in those kinds of devices, okay? The devices could be like a DC system, just like the first class furnitures, right? It's much more smarter than nowadays furnitures. We can get rid of all these kinds of bookstore and then shrink our house back into human scale. What's the meaning of, how about make a house smaller and then be customized on internet? Okay, these kinds of devices, furniture devices, the life cycle is 10 years, okay? Then we can put these kinds of devices, container, move into your house through the facade, change nowadays modern cities, interior bodies, just like using refrigerator mixed with the washing machine, mixed with your kitchen, mixed with your TV together. And it's energy, water, and devices. Even you can book your balcony, right? This balcony can be based on big data of the energy of the wind, so that every windows can be customized. A balcony can be customized. So in the future, this could be a very interesting cities that users enjoying the creative process, that designers facilitate all these things for the users. This is our Expo village project. This was one of the biggest projects in Expo 2010, and now they are changing their function from Expo staff area into future like office, housing, mixed-use area. So we leave this 8.4 grids, making the possibility for future change. And all the car was pushing underground. And also in the big scale, like a whole Expo, it used to be a dirty, heavy industry, like a steel factory, boat factory, heavy. And now we change into a green experience that connects the city together with the nature, the river. So actually, we really push car outside, and then more experience inside. Save the structure, industry structure, and then try to give culture activities inside. Contemporary architecture, artist museum, So this is the nowadays, we leave these 5 landmark buildings there as culture center of Shanghai. And this is one of the biggest solar panel roof on the world, 200 meters, 300 meters size, like a solar panel roof, and no columns on the ground. Now, a lot of exhibition happened in this area. Also, passive solution is important. For example, China, we have the big roofs, you know that, and we urban planners, we give regulation to the architect, says that you have to follow this big roof, which can give shadow to the ground floor and catch wind from above to the ground floor. And also, we give a lot of fog facilities to provide outdoor better environment. And also, water issues, right? Collecting rainwater, recycling the micro scale, and totally use LED to have the whole district with only LED. Nowadays, this is nowadays actually. We're still building several different functions around this culture center. People love this center now, just like a post-expo. So I will use this movie to show what's possibility of future cities. These are all the competition that I lose. This movie, 3 movies, okay. But I hope that this can happen in some time, somewhere. So you can see the shaft form, shaft city, not like a machine, like hard cities. They can adapt to the landscape well, right? I named this wind museum. That is a cloud, like a shop, and that is a water street, right? The natural element which fit nature very well. And this one, I can propose to all the African cities, because I work in Africa a lot. I know that all the African cities has an airport and highway connect with the city center. This highway usually very wide and block the city both sides, right? So how about we building a shopping center on top of the road, connect both sides, use the green land rather than we turn down the refugees area, and then we use the green land only, public land, build high-rise buildings, and then make it dense, information, more experience, and shopping. So this can be solutions for many African cities, that they can have a bus-based oriental, transportation-oriental development, like a lot of hub, really make a very strong, like X, continue the experience from airport to the cities. Even more, this is one of the proposals that we propose for Guangzhou education cities. And you can see, like on this subway station on top of this area, that we try to build more around the subway station and then the incubators area, office areas. And then we build a terminal structure just on top of the road, okay? So only experience connect both sides of the classrooms, and also a dormitory, and then outside was the playground, and then outside was the nature. So it's just like a tree structure, which inside more density information, more density knowledge. And then the white structure was the library there, which contain all the wisdoms from the human histories, right? So that's fantastic structure that exchange energy with the information. They just go both in opposite directions. Very like the tree, like absorb energy, and then water go to another directions. So this is what I think could be a possible way to solve nowadays modern cities problems. So going back to the theory of STEP, first, always social. Every time I do urban planning, I will ask myself whether my wife like that, whether my children like that, whether my students like that. If yes, that means social agreement. And then technology should provide different opportunities, choice, solutions, okay? And then it was economy, the money following, okay? And we always think this is a new time that ecological meet with business, because we have the heritage of modern cities which already consume a lot of energy. When we're saving space, saving energy, saving time, saving labors, we earn money, right? So it's no problems on sometimes we say green always more expensive. Green should be more cheap, okay? In very beginning, maybe R&D parts, it's more expensive, but going on, it should be more cheap, right? So we can achieve economy aim also in the same time. Finally, we get government involving. Government always, they come last. They push, help, but they only make a less risk decision, right? So we actually, 80% our project going with the government. And we cooperate with government very well. So if you're in the right order, STEP, we can possibly change nowadays modern city into a new generation, whatever you can call it, eco-city, human-based cities, or like green cities, smart cities, whatever. But we can use more law, use STEP to push that into new generation city. Thank you.